in a world where drones are
Nope,
king,
not a world. Not a world.
in a land,
Not that
where,
either.
in a time where
It's about
two.
drones.
Yeah, he'll jump in. He'll jump in. Recording. Hey, gang. Welcome to Double Shot Drones. How you doing, Frank? Davy?
Mike, right there. What's up, buddy?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm just
Ridley says hi.
what's up, banana?
He says, "What's up, banana?"
862 count on the TikTok.
You what?
862.
Oh, you're almost there. I'm almost 300. All right. I've been doing what you said though.
Everything's good.
All right, Greg's coming in. Greg's coming in. So, Bren,
Everything's good, Uncle Banana.
she says, everything's good, Uncle Banana.
Uh,
Worldwide Drone Solutions. Okay. All right, here we go. He's coming in.
everything's good. Yeah, buddy.
And we're welcoming in hey guy, hey Greg.
Hey,
Great
how you guys
backdrop,
doing?
man. I love it.
yeah. Sometimes the real thing is the only way to go.
That's right. So welcome
And you,
to Double Shot.
and you still got some sunshine, huh?
we
Yeah,
we already started recording because we only have so many minutes on the Zoom. So we're
Okay.
like, hey, we'll just let Greg pop in when he gets in. So guys,
How are you,
this
Greg?
is-
Where are you, Greg?
I'm well, thank you. Yeah, I'm actually in Cottonwood, Arizona. So Central Arizona. Yeah. I
This
just got
is-
back. I just got back from a crazy drone gig, actually.
nice.
Way out in the middle of nowhere. I had to literally use Google Earth to drive to the place because yeah, so it was
Nice.
it was a little mapping mission, photos of a property that's for sale, but it's just in the middle of the empty desert, so there's no discerning features, so had to do it all by coordinates and whatnot. So it was pretty fun. I got totally lost on the way back, took forever down these dirt roads, thought I was never going to see asphalt or other humans ever again in my life. Figured they'd just find my bleached bones in my van out in nowhere somewhere.
Actually, Greg, I'm going to throw it out there right now. I posted this a while back on the Sky Network website or Facebook page. Have you ever heard of an app called What Three Words?
Oh,
No.
that's right. Davey knows that. Yeah.
You'd be a great guy for this. The guys who developed it, and I don't want to take away from your time, but the guys who developed it were actually musicians that used to do concerts in like Africa and wherever. But when they were getting their equipment delivered, it would always go to the wrong place because there was no discerning address.
Yep.
So what they did, they've created, it's a few years old now at this stage, but it's a very, very good app and it's getting better and better as days go by. The whole world is divided into 3-meter squares. So where I'm sitting right now, I go into the app and What Three Words right there, and I'm actually sitting in topmost lactate escalate.
There you go.
That's the 3 words that are designated to this square. So now, if you're out hiking and you get lost,
Yeah.
and you don't know, you're up in the mountains and all that stuff, you have a 3-meter square where you can tell people that that's the square I'm in. So then search and rescue can come and get you. And people delivering packages and all that good stuff,
Can find
or if you go with your kids to Paris or something and kids all walk off and they don't know where they are, you tell them to look at the app and you find out what square they're in, you go to that square.
That's pretty cool.
Anyway, there you go. What 3 words? And it's a free app.
Okay, so we haven't introduced you yet, Greg. So hey, guys, welcome to Double Shot Drones again. This is Greg Bernstein from Worldwide Drone Solutions, and he is part of the Sky Eye Network, the network that Davey and I and many of our friends belong to. And kind of how this works, Greg, is we give you the floor. People want to know about you and how you started out into doing this wonderful field of drones.
And
This is
how
my
did you get
daughter. This is
involved
my
with-
daughter. Greg. She
and how
pops
did
in
you
every
get
now
involved
and
with
then.
Sky Network?
I love that. You have a ghost daughter who pops in and pops out.
Yeah, yeah. She
That's
talks.
very,
She talks
very
sometimes too.
sci-fi. That's very
Yeah.
sci-fi. I love it.
Hola, soy la.
So Greg, start from the beginning. How did you get into this crazy world of photography and drones?
Well, yeah, so that's actually, I guess a lot of people come into this drones first, and then some of us come into it photography first. And I was definitely photography and videography first, long before, there was any kind of drones that normal mortals could use or afford or get to or anything. And so, yeah, I've always loved photography. I love light. I love storytelling. I love capturing moments, all that, so photography has helped me see the world, figuratively and
Artistically?
visually, actually, because I've gone to a lot of those 3-meter squares. Like I have been to 3-meter squares on many continents all over the world. And
I'm trying
yeah.
to get this one to show up.
Too close. Too close.
Too
Yeah,
close.
you got
You definitely have an
very
eye.
psychedelic though. I like it. This is the best I've
Come
ever
on,
seen
man.
on the website.
You
There it
definitely
is.
have an eye. That's a
There it
pool
is.
down there with some building. Those stripes are buildings. So go to
Yeah.
his website. We'll put the links for your website and all your socials and everything.
Well, thank
Yeah,
you.
Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
appreciate it very much. Yeah. So, and then, the other answer to it, the other part for it is, my dad was a pilot. And so I grew up flying airplanes and stuff. And I just, always loved that. And, so a lot of the camera work that I used to do was in very, very remote locations, up on the sides of big walls in Yosemite, or, backcountry skiing, or in the jungles of the Amazon, whatever it is. And, it used to be that you had to kind of carry a lot of equipment and all these things. And so when I first got my first drone, which was a Mavic 2 Pro, a drone I still love to this day, it was just magic. I mean, it was magic to me, because then suddenly it's like this just floating awesome camera that you can put anywhere you want. And I don't have to hike around. Like I can just sit there, and like make it go places. And plus you can move the camera, which is always the best in video, pretty much, right? Not always, but a lot of times the moving shot is the thing, right? And so, yeah, I mean, it was just immediate love affair with drones once I got that first Mavic 2, and it's just been on since then. Just really
And
been on.
did you got the drone before you got to Sky Network?
That's correct. Yeah,
Oh,
I got
you
the
did?
drone,
Oh.
and I did the BizCon, and I think it was during COVID. So, it was an online one. And I really loved the sense of community, and it seemed very real to me, because I have to say, it was a huge amount of money for me. I mean, it was like no joke, that was not like a casual spend. And
I almost got a divorce over it.
yeah, I
My
got
wife did not want me to go.
yeah, no, I mean, that's a real deal. It's but I was very lucky. I had a friend / investor who was willing to help out, and we got it done together. We were able to make it work, and so here we are. And it's, I think it's been a very good investment. I will say honestly that I don't think I have maximized the investment, but that's just all on me. Like that's on me, not I utilize a lot of the resources. I don't utilize the community as much as I should. I'm very in and out of it online and stuff. And I did do one BizCon in person, the one that was out in Tahoe, a couple years back. And
That's where we met.
That's where we
right.
met you, Greg.
That's where we met. And I loved it. And I'm looking
And
forward
your
to
lovely girlfriend too.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And Annabelle. Yeah.
Annabelle, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
So she's still my business manager. She makes everything happen. I just do all the technical and stuff like that.
She was fun to talk to. She was a lot of very easy to talk to. Yeah.
Oh, she is. She
good
really
friend.
is, much more so than me. And she's very smart. She's really been the #1 driving force behind the growth of my business, for sure.
That's good.
I can't say thank you enough to her for all she's done and continues to do. I mean, every day, like every day.
Annabelle, shout out to
Yeah,
Annabelle.
yeah.
We'll have
So
her
now-
on here. Next time we get you on, we could do a double, you know.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It'd be great.
So now, Greg, you're down in Arizona and you're doing a mapping project?
Well, mapping meaning that I had to use a map to get to the specific coordinates, because all I had was sets of 4 GPS coordinates that define these squares. But usually when you do property videos, even if it's just raw land, you know, they're like, okay, well, we have a pole in this corner and then it goes to the road over here. And then, you know, that fence, you know, you can discern. Well,
Yeah.
this is just empty desert. I mean, empty desert, like no discerning features of any sort, you know? So I thought to myself, well, on the one hand, I could just go take pictures of anything and it wouldn't really matter. The only person who would know would be the client. And of course I would never do that. I would never do that. But, and it was fun. It turned out to be, a unique set of challenges that, reminded me of some old adventures from long ago that I haven't.
So you mapped it? You did a photogrammetry or?
No. It was just photos. It was just
photos,
photos, but like I had to have, I had to use Litchi, because of the way the waypoints and all needed to be set up. I mean,
Greg.
I don't know, you know, maybe in the GoFly you could do it. I've never
Hi,
really
Greg.
loved. Hi.
Oh, you
I've
heard her?
I've never really loved the DJI apps implementation of waypoints and that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. I know some people get a lot done with it for sure, but I just went to Litchi right away because it's just it makes more sense to me. So yeah, so it was a lot of fun. I had to map the thing out and make some KML files and then import those into Litchi and then, you know, just build a little program from there and have it go fly the missions, you know.
And what drone are you flying when you're there?
Well, for that one, it's interesting. So, as everybody on this podcast may or may not know, thank you, DJI, for totally screwing those of us who, you know, upgraded from the Mavic 2 Pro to the Mavic 3 Pro, which now has no SDK, can't use Litchi, can't do anything that's not DJI unless you buy, the $6,000 enterprise version because we're DJI.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
So I actually went out and bought an Air2, which I am so impressed with that little thing. Like it is an amazing machine.
That's what we fly.
Yeah, no, I gotta
Yeah.
tell you, I'm thinking of
Air2S.
selling my 3.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just like, what, you know, I'm not getting really the high-end video production stuff that would maybe make the 3 stand out. I mean, you know, okay, so it's got a shutter, right? So you can control the aperture, which you can't on the 2. So what? Everything's in focus anyway. Like,
Yeah.
what difference does it make? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It makes
Yeah.
no
We'll
difference.
fix it in post, you know?
Yeah, I mean, with a drone, you know, I mean, I would miss the long lens. I do a lot of stuff on the long lens on the DJI, the Mavic 3, and I really love that capability. You know, I get these shots of houses that are totally not truth in advertising by any means, but you know, because of the compression effect, I get them like way back and then the mountains behind them. And I mean, it looks like they're on Mars. I mean, the mountains just look like they're like 5 miles high behind, you know, like and I just love it. It's very sci-fi, you know, so.
So Greg, did you get like Davy and I think everybody we've interviewed came to the Sky Eye Network with that Facebook ad. And it was like a seminal moment that like something happened and bam, that thing showed up and we all clicked on it. Is that how you got the Drone Command Live?
You know, I don't honestly remember, but that is very likely. That's very likely. I probably saw it on you. Yeah.
Like I had lost my job that day and I went home and I was just like, you know, man, this kind of sucks, you know? And I saw that ad, it just popped up and I clicked on it and it changed my life.
Yeah.
Literally changed my life. I wouldn't know you guys if it wasn't for that. So
Amen to that. That's right. No,
Yeah.
that was a good click to follow for sure.
and it happened to
I
be in
did the
Tampa.
same thing. I mean,
So, and I
I
live
was,
in Tampa Bay, so
I was sitting during COVID, and I watched the something popped up, you know, in the middle of COVID. I mean, I was sitting on I'm not now, but I was sitting on Sanibel Island there, and you know, I didn't know I didn't know there was
He
a
was
virus.
there.
Yeah, I was, but
Yeah.
you know, I'm walking up and down the beach. I'm like, you know, what's going on? I'm flying my drone. I'm like, you know, I got to figure something out. And I come home one day and I clicked on Facebook, and the next thing, the drone boss popped up in front of me, and I was like,
Yeah.
there you
So
go.
when you guys, let me ask you guys, let me return the tables here. When you guys were really starting out, how did you, what were the methods? How did you really hit the ground running and get clients at the beginning? Because I'm new to Scottsdale, where I just, moved to, and I just wonder what worked for you guys.
So I'll go first on that one. I had we had a friend, I used to own a adventure business, kayaking adventures. And I had a friend that was a realtor in that would paddle with us all the time. And I was kind of desperate. I'm like, oh man, I did this drone command live thing. Now I need to have a client. And he was a realtor. So I said, hey, look, I just took this class and I just bought a drone, and I gave him the offer he can't refuse. And guess what, Greg? I got the gig. It was an apartment, like a whole bunch of apartment complexes. And it wasn't free. He paid me.
Mm-hmm.
So I got paid my very first gig. And then he became a client. And then he would like refer me to somebody else. And then I got a few more clients by doing the presentation in Keller Williams and
Yep.
stuff like that. And then, be honest, I would just go into open
Open
house.
houses.
And those realtors have nothing to do in there. So they're looking for people to come in and talk to. And I just drop off my card a few times. And most of the time they didn't call back, but sometimes I got a call. And then it was all, for me, it was all word of mouth. It was like I hooked up with another photographer that was doing ground photography, but he didn't do drone. So I did all his drone and he did all my ground. And it just kind of built up from there.
So
And
you don't do the interior photography yourself. You have a guy who
I,
does that.
I currently have a guy that does all that, but I
Yeah.
do interior video. I just
Mhm.
don't do the photos. Like Davy and I are starting to do pre-storm documentation
Mhm.
video with the drones and
Yeah.
with the DJI Ronin.
Being that we're in Florida and there's a storm, there's always a storm or two coming our way, you know?
So,
Never
and it's
ends.
it can be lucrative. I
Yeah,
did
but-
the first one and I did so you're documenting the home, the roof and everything and the sides of the home and everything, all
Yeah.
landscaping with your drone. And then I go in the home and I document it with the DJI Ronin as a video throughout, several different clips. And then I
Yeah.
put it together in a 16-minute clip and I sell them the whole, put it on a zip drive.
Package.
Did you say
Oh.
16-minute?
16 minutes. Yeah.
Oh.
About 16 minutes, all built
Yeah.
together. But as far as, it's literally of work, the amount of work is like 4 hours of work.
Yeah.
Boom, for, $800.
Yeah.
So not
mean,
bad.
Right now, Greg, we're both doing a lot of inspections, roof inspections, because of, well, I'm down here in Fort Myers, Harton, what do you call it? Ground zero, excuse me, ground zero
yeah.
for Hurricane Ian there that passed by. So, there's still people
Literally
doing
ground
claims.
zero.
Huh?
Literally ground zero.
Literally ground zero. In fact, Mike, I did a house today that I did 2 weeks after the hurricane. I just did it because there's new owners. So now they're doing a
Wow.
different insurance claim, or, they're starting a new policy. So they're going through, and the insurance companies down here in Florida, they've now decided that they're doing this documentation when people sign a new policy because they want to know what it looks like before, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people were taking advantage of claims, saying that they had all of this stuff, and the insurance companies, as much as the insurance companies were not paying out when they should have, they were also getting, crucified on the other side because, the claims people were putting in. The house I did today, probably a $6 million home, These people,
So
8 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, 5,800 square feet, something like that.
to put this in context, Greg, it's like it's you work off one of these apps, right? You know, it's like a home inspection app, and it's the pay is not great. I mean, it's okay if you get you know bunch of them together, but Davey and I really do it because of the connections that we get from the homeowners.
Sure.
Because like Davey said, somebody that has a 7 to 10,000 square foot home usually owns a business or knows somebody that owns, you know, several businesses and can use, and we always say, look, hey, we always drop that name. Hey, do you need any aerial photography, like for weddings, business, you know?
I've got a bunch of real estate jobs out of this, you know, it's like,
Yeah, I have too.
Oh, it's great. You got to get out and, you know, meet people in person, I think is just the best way. And especially like that, where you're already, you know, in a professional context, you know, it's, that's the best. I mean, that's the gold mine when you can do it.
well, I actually do a little, I've been in the nightclub business my whole life in New York City, before I moved down here. And, I still bartend a couple of nights down here in a restaurant on Sanibel Island. And it's just realtors, you know, all day long, you know, so
Yeah.
I do it 2 nights a week, make a couple of dollars, meet a lot of people, you know, and I'm picking up jobs left, right,
And it
center.
makes one hell of an old fashioned.
And he makes one hell of an old fashioned there.
Yeah.
I've been to his bar. So Greg also too during COVID made zero amount of money, but I started doing pickup and deliveries with my truck, my pickup truck. Like I would pick up couches, like you know, kitchen sets, you name it, bedroom sets, you know, all that. And I would always drop off my drone card at the home, and a lot of times there was a realtor there or a business owner, and I made it a point to make at least 3 contacts a day by doing that.
Well, the idea is to get in front of a person,
Yeah,
you know, I mean, in whatever way you do it, whether it's delivery or whether it's bartending or whatever it is, it's like you get in front of somebody, you know, you can talk them into,
so Greg, you're in Arizona, right? You said so.
Yeah.
I have a high school buddy I went to high school with, Bruce Dulkey, who's a big realtor in Arizona. I'm gonna see if he needs any aerial content.
Yeah. Or interiors as well.
Or
you know,
interior, yeah.
I've been actually getting a lot of work with the whole Matterport thing. And I know there's a lot of different ways to do 3D tours. I actually kind of really like Matterport, but it's interesting too on the insurance end. Like a lot of the people are using it for that, you know, the whole Matterport thing, because you can really document. Like I just did a 7,000 foot home in Scottsdale that had just an outrageous art collection. Here I can send, I'll put a link in the chat. This thing is this is a crazy house. And actually we've become totally friends with the owners and stuff. And she's an amazing artist. And yeah, so let's see, where's the chat guy? There it is.
If you can't find it, you can also just send it to me and DM it to me. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you.
That is a crazy house. It's, I mean, it's just a crazy house. Oh, hold on. I thought I put everything on Do Not Disturb her, but oh, no.
What do I do?
I got it, yeah.
What do I do? Click on that?
Yeah, just click that link.
I didn't see
Oh.
it. It went away.
Greg, what
But
do you?
because I edit this podcast and I put graphics on it and everything. So
Yeah.
Wow. And do you use a Matterport camera?
No, I just use the Theta. The
There's
Theta
the one,
2-1.
yeah.
Yeah, works plenty good, you know.
I know. I got a Matterport. I do the same thing. I got a Matterport job on Friday. I
Yeah.
do the same thing. Theta Z1. Although I
Yeah.
dropped it.
Oh
Yeah.
man, yeah. What do you if you don't mind me asking, let's get technical. How do you charge for it? Like, do you go by the square foot kind of thing, or
Sort of,
No.
kind of. Yeah. It depends. I mean, I'm not good when it comes to pricing because I sort of price per person. You know what I mean? It's like I like that person and I like that person, and whatever I bring them in at is sort of where I keep them.
Right.
Whereas if I bring somebody new in, up in the ante, you know what I mean? So they're at a different level than anybody else, you know what I mean? So it's it's not the best way to do things, but you know, yeah, it's per square foot usually.
Yeah.
I lost Davey. I used to have a Theta 360. It was the real small one.
Yeah.
And I lost it. I don't even know where the heck it is, but I did a few 3D tours. So that's what
here we go.
that's what you're referring to as Matt. Yeah.
Yep.
It was a little smaller than that. I think mine was the first or second generation, but I did 2 big homes where, you know, where you do the arrow, click on the arrow, you move forward, click on the arrow, move forward. And then you click on that and there's a drone
Greg,
shot.
this is her art.
A lot of it is, not all of it, but a lot of it is, yeah. And then, so like in that living room right there, the first room that you go into along the wall on the left-hand side, the piece with all the squares, the modern art piece, that's hers. And then the piece to the left of that and the right of that are done by this woman who is staying in that house, who is being kind of sponsored by her to continue to create her art. What they used to call that, there was like a patron, you know? Yeah, back in the day, right? You had like a patron.
Yeah.
So
oh wow,
Oh,
okay.
I can see your camera on one of the photographs here.
I'm looking at it. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
there's a lot of reflections around, you know.
Yeah, I
you
tell you, you can't win with those.
You do okay. So that's kind of what you're referring to as 3D Matterport.
Yeah,
I just called it 3D tours.
It is. Matterport's just a brand, and this is that brand.
Now, what do you charge for your tours, Greg?
I think it starts for up to 3,000 square feet is $250, and then it just goes up by per 1,000 square feet above that. So a house like this is like 800 or something, I think.
I'm gonna have to find mine. It's somewhere. My wife does a blitz every now and then, cleans the house, and things get lost. So
yeah.
But I had a lot of fun with that thing. I did a bunch of 3D things with it. Davey and I are thinking about getting this other 360. What's that called, Davey? The Sphere?
For the Air2S, yeah, the Sphere 360. Have you ever seen it?
I have not.
Oh man, it is.
You would love it.
Really amazing. We got 5 minutes left. It only fits on the Air2S, right? And the Air 2, right, Davey?
The Air2S, yes.
Yeah, and it it's got the camera facing up and the camera facing down.
Yeah.
It attaches to the body.
What's it called again?
This 360 Sphere. Sphere.
Just YouTube it. 360 Sphere. And Greg, you'll see all kinds of cool photos and stuff. And some of them even look like it's like when they're flying, it looks like.
Have you ever seen people attach their Theta to the top of a drone?
I've seen that.
Yes.
I've seen that.
Well, this.
But that's better because then it's underneath as well. This one, right?
Yes.
Top and bottom.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's better. Oh, it's very cool. I will definitely have to look into that. Yeah, that's really cool.
I think it's like $400.
$450, maybe a top, you know.
Now there are a few things that it's kind of hard to land, because if you land regularly, you're going to land on the lens, and they give you like a pad. Yeah. But I would just hand catch it.
Yeah, I always hand start and hand catch pretty much ever. Like I don't want all that dust and stuff flying up in my lens and everything. So I just basically never do it on the ground anymore.
So awesome.
But the availability of that is, you know, you can replicate the FPV without having the FPV, but at the same time, like if you imagine a golf course where you see people flying a drone down the fairway, but all you can see is what's in front of you. Well, that you're flying down, but you can spin it, or you know, you're still flying straight, but you can turn the video and you can watch.
Oh yeah. So no, I know the 3D filming is a whole different universe. I really love it. The ability to like edit so many shots from a single position, you know, in post, right? Like I was using it all the time for mountain biking and stuff, and it was great because, you know, you'd have the forward view and then boop, you just flip it around and you're, you know, the guy behind you. And I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
totally
So cool.
amazing. Totally
So-
amazing.
So Tampa Bay was where I'm at, Greg. I'm actually in Clearwater, but Tampa Bay has like over 350 golf courses. So, and I've done a few. I've done like 3 golf courses, but not 360 wise. So, I'm looking forward to getting that thing and having that be another thing I can
Vertical.
bring into these golf courses.
Yeah. Yeah.
They might already have video. A lot of them do, but they most likely don't have 360.
They just have the you know,
Straight as the golf
straight-
ball flies. They have that. But
Yeah. Yeah.
but if you could
interesting.
see the sides of the fairway and stuff, you know,
I mean,
360. That's cool.
flying that thing down through the canyons in Arizona.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh man, that would be. I actually saw some of that on YouTube.
Yeah.
We're at
Yeah.
a minute
Oh,
30.
well, thanks for this. I wonder if it works with mine. The one I just got, I think is just the straight Air 2. It's not the S. Oh, this here says it is the Air 2. Okay, good. I don't know what the difference is between
I
the
think
two.
it fits the Air 2, doesn't it, Davey?
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure. You need to
Yeah,
Google,
I'm
it.
looking at one here. It looks like it's this one at least says it's for the 2S. And that's from Insta, like the Insta 360 guys.
correct. Instasphere, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thanks for that. That's a huge thing to look forward to. What a nice toy that'll be. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Hey,
yeah.
and now I got to get a remote ID for this little guy, I guess. What do you guys love for the remote ID? Which one should I get?
Well, I have one that Damon recommended. I can't remember the name of it because the Air2S is remote compatible.
Yeah, I got
You
you.
know, my Phantom 4 Pro is not, but I can't remember which one it is, but I can send it to you. I'll send a link for you on email.
Yeah, cool. I appreciate it.
So,
I was just
Yeah,
Right,
wondering.
Greg,
fit-
listen, thank you very much for showing up
Yes.
tonight. Thank you. We'll have you back on again to Double Shot Drones. Great talking to you. Have a great
Yeah.
time in Arizona.
so
Thank
it's
you.
good now. Greg, say hi to Annabelle for us. We got about 30 seconds left. So it's good night from me.
And it's good night from him.
That's our
You be
saying.
good, Greg. We'll
Be
All
good,
right.
Greg. Have a great week.
Thanks,
We really
guys.
appreciate your time.
Yeah, appreciate it too.
That's awesome.
Clientele with that is premier for me at the moment, you know. Getting more real estate agents on board and
Yeah, man. I'm starting to build that empire.
yeah.
I had an interesting week. I think I told you I did the Bavaro's restaurant.
You did, yes.
Yeah,
I
the
can-
Bavaro's restaurant, which very happy with the way it turned out, and I'll